Hello my friends, welcome to my live stream. My name is Wilfred. So it's been a while since I live streamed because I had a holiday trip back to Hong Kong where I was born, met my parents and all. It was an interesting story. I was taking Singapore Airlines to Hong Kong. The trip was there about maybe three and a half hours, kind of like depending on the headwind or tailwind. So I was having a nice meal, 2 glasses of wine, and after that the air steward is a very big man, came by and asked me if I'm okay. And I said, okay, I'm fine, I'm great. Actually I wanted to ask for another cup of wine or glass of wine, and he said that are you a streamer? My name, and I guess my name must be on the list of passenger. I'm not traveling first class or business class, just economic class. And he asked me if I'm a streamer from YouTube. I said yes, I am. And then sort of like I kind of knew that he watched my old videos before. Back in Marvel Heroes, so we had a short, brief chat about it. It's kind of interesting. I was a passenger. He was the air steward from Singapore Airlines, and we had a chat. And I asked him to drop me a comment so that I could keep in touch with him. But so far, I have not received any comments from him. So I shout out to you if you are watching, and do drop me a comment. Happy to catch up here in Singapore as well, assuming that you are from Singapore. Who knows, you may be flying from Hong Kong, living in Hong Kong. So, but anyway, I think it was kind of cool to meet someone with a common interest who know me as a streamer, and it was pretty cool experience. But hi. So RBT is here as well. So okay, don't let the frame go to your head. Well, let me try to adjust this thing a little bit up so that it will not go to my head. All right, cool. So anyway, that is a cool little story about my recent trip to Hong Kong, meeting someone who used to watch Marvel Heroes, my old videos. It's a small world, I must say. But anyway, so back to this live stream. I'm playing this game called the Chronicon. It's very much like Diablo 3 in a much nicer way, I would say, in a 2D pixel art. So now, for those who are kind of new to this, there are different specifications, and not without going too much into detail because I did in my couple last live stream already. I'm playing the Holy Spad, and I'm using 2 companions, so you must pay attention to the tag there. So one is the kill bot. Another one is a paladin, which is somewhere here, the paladin and the kill bot. And because of my items that I'm using as a lesser rune, you see the Mag Priest Visor, I have 2 medic and 2 paladin. So both are of the companion tag. Now initially I was doing a little bit of holy damage. I'm realizing that, well, my DPS wasn't that great, and my survivability a little bit tough as well, because some of this holy ability require me to be a little bit closer, a bit closer to the action. So I find it a little bit hard to survive, even with my kind of like items to build up staggering damage, as well as the to reduce the kind of like stagger damage. I find it a little bit hard. So I changed my build to be a little bit more range, and I add another companion, which is the only companion in this design, which is the sentry. So with that, I've got 2 paladin, as you can see here. Maybe I go into the dummy so you can take a little bit kind of a closer look. So I have some satellite around me, 3 of them: a fire, a holy, and a physical. So if I go closer, it will start to do our attack. Now if I start to attack, suddenly all my pet will come in and do something cool around it. And I can have my kill bot as well, which is this guy here, that does really big damage. And it's so big that the kill bot is the only one that is really doing a lot of very cool damage. Now the trick of this build is that there is something called this one here is this master's command. And when you use master command, right, which is the unwavering loyalty amulet, as well as the unbreakable bond, if you use this amulet and ring, your companion does 5 times the base damage, and then the health becomes a non-issue, plums 2 more or less. My companion stats are 25% more effective, and in addition, they do additional cool kind of special attack. So without these items, right, without this set, you wouldn't see the paladin doing some kind of Templar kind of attack. So all these become elite. So all my companion become awesome. And I was thinking that, well, if my companion is awesome, why the heck do I want to do damage as a holy? May as well just pick another sentry as a companion. So that's what I'm doing. So I have 3 companion, including, well, actually I have more than 3. I have 2 sentries, 2 paladin, 2 medic, and 1 killbot. Killbot need to be resummoned all the time, and so far I'm grinding the mythic 9. Now not that high, but if I can do mythic 9 and 10, I can further progress into the ancient beast expedition, which is towards this one. Is a 10, so I can unlock some of these goodies, right? And damage reduction, healing from all sorts, increase of it. So it's pretty cool. So I aim to kind of like see if in this stream I can get to mythic 10. Mythic 9 I'm alright. So let me just show it to you a little bit. I'm not going to overwhelm with a lot of, like, stuff here. Mythic 9 is more or less like Torment 9 in Diablo 3. And to answer a question from Base Notes, it doesn't have online play per se. I think there's a remote play, if I'm not wrong. You could actually remote play, but I haven't really tried how it works in a remote play. It's on the Steam page. I think it does have remote play that you can invite friends online to play without additional cost. But I don't think you can sort of like invite a friend together and play this together. I don't think you can. Yeah. So now I'm going to summon my killbot. Look at the map here. The map is here. You can configure as well, right? So the kill streak is very important, and you can't die in a dungeon, because if you do, then you lose the end reward. You won't get to see the boss. You need to kill like 3 dungeons, three set of dungeons before you meet the boss. All right, cool. So I'm just going to get into places. My staggering damage is very high. That is that. Yeah. So that is the I do a death recap as well, right? So that is the kind of damage I was suffering, a lot of lightning damage. I don't know why it's so high here. I think because of the staggering damage that you can see suddenly the whole bar. Let me just do it again. I think I'm a little bit too excited. This bar here will show the 32,000 is my health, and the white line below is a staggering damage. So if I take it too much of it, then it just too it won't make it. Now my defense already is pretty decent. If you take a look at my stat, my defense is capped at resistance. Evasion is 17%, which I can evade all the damage. 47% damage reduction, as well as I have something called the 56% damage stagger, which translate to another 30% on top damage reduction on the damage stagger for 3 seconds. And on top of that, I have something called parry, which 29% evade all damage. So parry will roll first, 29% I can parry. Another evasion, lower than 10%, but then damage reduction, resistance, everything else. But still, it can be quite rough. So let's do it again. Let's do it again in a more controlled manner. So I have to be a little bit further away, obviously. Yeah, so that is fine. So far, so good. So long as I don't get too close to the action, don't get kind of like damaged by the AOE, right? I think I'm okay. There's a poison damage around. This map is not a very good map for a kill streak, by the way. Yeah, so as you can see, it's very hard to get a kill streak for this map. It's just too many dead ends. But sometimes it is what it is. Like you see, all the kill streak is just not there. Now, if you are new to this build or new to this new class, you may find that it's a little bit confusing. All the different things they proc. But trust me, actually, it's not that confusing at all. I mean, I can actually tell what's happening with the chaos that happens. Right, so there's nothing there. Yeah, it is a pretty big skill tree, you know, RPG, and it's not only that. I haven't shown you the mastery tree as well. So mastery is even more complex. Well, in a way. All right, shrine coming up, and the nothing there in the moment. I need to be careful a little bit, as always. This is a Mythic 9. I haven't really done a lot of Mythic 9. Trying to see if I can do it or not. Alright, cool. And I'll keep talking about a build in just a moment. You know, I think it's better for you guys to see what happens, see the action, and then after that you kind of like you know, kind of understood what is happening as well. Yep. So that is a kill bot that does it, by the way. Yeah, it's a bit hard to see a kill bot, but with the cock COG, by the way, with the cock that you see flying around, you know that a kill bot is alive. The kill bot need to be resummoned from time to time, and yeah, I'm just going to find the next bit of it. I need to get 100%, which I have, and the kill bot just died, by the way, despawned. Right, so by the time you get 100%, you can go to the next one. Very much like Diablo 3, you keep going to different random dungeons. So if you play Diablo, Greater Rift, and that's kind of like what you are doing here. Alright, Shrine is here, and this is the dungeon anomaly 2. So I need one more before I can see a boss. Let's do a little bit faster. If you can, just keep pulling to the next kind of like group. Alright, keep healing. There's a shrine coming up. Stay away from all this AoE that either spike you or swing at you. Just like Diablo, I mean, you know, you can see all these kind of like things that harmed you. So this is the Anomaly 3. I need to clear this dungeon first before I can get to the Anomaly 3. I need to get to 100%, so now it's 79%. Now, if you are new to the UI, it's actually quite intuitive. This side here, you can see is the progress to the dungeon. These sides are 112, 113, 114, 118, 111, whatever. Those are kill streak, and you will get a much bigger kind of reward when your kill streak can't go up. Now, of course, sometimes it's very hard to keep the kill streak on, especially when you go between different kind of map. But that will be a topic for another day about the ancient beast thing. Alright, that was a big fight. It's a bit harder. The tree here is a shrine, by the way, so I got a shrine. You can see a shrine on the map as well if you are paying attention. Alright. So, just working my way through it. As I say, I'm not used to Mystic 9 yet, so I'm just getting used to the damage intake. Sometimes you can take a little bit more risk, sometimes you can't. You know, you always try to get as fast as you can, but all subjected to whether you can do it or not. You know. Some of these mob, you know that it's not going to, well, actually not quite true. Some of them could be quite harmful as well. Have to pay attention to some of this big damage that you need to move out. If you do, then you're okay. So there's something that is on the ground. Try not to stand on it, and you may get damage, like kill. Somehow it's quite high damage. Some of these things. And over time, you know which kind of mob that is doing a lot of crazy stuff to you, like the laser beam. You know, laser beam doesn't look that scary, so I'm quite okay with that. Alright, so it's not 100%, so there's still a way to work through. There's some chests here and there, just like Diablo. I think the staggering half damage getting a little bit high, so I just want to pull away for a while. Okay, so the big red circle is where my kill bot get detonated, get destroyed. So I think it's somewhere up north. Where am I? Yep, you can actually see it from the map itself. So once I get 100%, then I'll be able to to open up the boss side of it. Alright, cool. A lot of things to collect. Yeah, I think a staggering damage, I need to be careful a little bit. Although my damage increased with the stagger damage, but sometimes it's not that worth it. Oh, it's strange. I think I missed out quite a fair bit, unfortunately. It's not one of the best map, by the way. This map is pretty horrible because I need to make a trace back all the way from here later on. But let's just go along with it. Oh man, let's just get out from it. So that was a big damage that I avoided. Okay, so it's 100%, so it's good enough. I don't need to do any further unless you are chasing for the kill streak. You can do away with this. Yeah, 400 T damage. You know, that's a fair bit of damage. That was from the kill bot that explode. The MOAB, the mother of all bombs, I think. That's what it's called. Alright, so this is the boss. He's not going to last too long. I should... there you go. Well, I didn't do anything. The pet just went in and do its own thing. So now I've got it done. Let's see what kind of stuff I've got. I've got the... I've got some scroll. No longer useful for me. I've got the... crown, that is the crown that's for crafting. I've got the runestone, the blank one, so you can extract the power from the legendary and true legendary, which is the orange one and red one. You know the orange text there, companion gain 8% increased evasion and attack speed, or things I can never drop below 1 ammo. So those are power that you can extract, just like Kanai Cube. But Kanai Cube is a little bit restrictive. It's only 3 slots, and you must only apply to the same slot, which kind of similar. But for this game, you could extract anything here and apply to all 8 slots. The only rule is that you cannot have more than 3 greater rune. This 3 on 3 here, this symbol is greater rune. So you know, anything true legendary is a greater rune. Anything that's not, then is that's lesser rune. And also, you could farm the runes, and you can farm the runes, and the runes that you can see here that you farm, these are the ones that can apply to multiple slots, so a little bit more flexible now. So the game kind of sort of like, you know, give you the opportunity to say, okay, if you encounter a legendary or a true legendary that you don't kind of like equip, you can extract the power and augment your equipment, right? Same slot. But then if you want it to be a little bit flexible in your building, you could actually farm lesser rune through the dungeon as well, and then apply it to different kind of like slots. So it doesn't have to be, you know, it can be hem, armor, and boots. So it doesn't have to be hem or armor or boots. And you can do other generic one as well. You can go into offhand or what have you. So it's a lot of flexibility. Build option wise, it's wonderful. This game is you know, you can spend hours just to think through what you want to build this one with. But meanwhile, let me just quickly sort out my inventory. If there's anything I need, I don't think I need anything these days. These are all just crystal money, because I do need the money to do a lot of crafting. Now, so I just went in and do some dungeon, and if you recall, the reward for a dungeon is, let me just show you in just a bit. Let me just sell all these things first. You know, unfortunately, there's no one button sell all legendary, just like Diablo 3. Up to a certain kind of like tier, they won't allow you to. You have to do one by one. You know, but if anything lower than legendary, you could actually click the one button to sell all, just like Diablo 3. Yeah. If you recall, I do have something called memory essence, and memory essence is something that I could use it to enchant my stuff to be more powerful. So, like for example, I have this like Elementium Megalot armor, which is 2 combined into 1, and I have all these affixes that I picked. You know, these are my primal ancient in a Diablo 3 kind of jargon. I can further increase them, like this. Increase effect of all dams is something that I would like to just the first thing first to increase, because that helped my entire build. So anything that has an increase, you know, increase to all dams. Let me just companion damage. This should be pushed up to the max as well. In just a moment, I would be inclined to, let me see which one was it. Like this one here. The increase effect of all dams is the one that I would like to quickly push to the cap of 20. Now it costs memory essence, so it does cause a little bit of like this one here is another prime example. I could push it to, well, it's already max at 20%. So let me just quickly look through my affixes and see if there are anything that I'd like to push. This is the one. Increase effect of all dams would be my priority. Health was the first one, so I kind of like get my health in a decent amount, and after that I can do this. Now, so what I need to do is I just need to keep doing it in a bit. And by the way, this mastery tree. So if you play Diablo 3, you have Paragon, whereby it's you don't really have a lot of decisioning, right? Because it's just very, very simple, straightforward. This is a tree on its own. It's for endgame. You could unlock certain things, and all these have decisioning. You can pick different type of nodes. So all this node has at least 3, if not more, options for you to pick from. Like this one here, you can have another one. So this has 2 options to pick from. So this will suit my build, and you can max out some of this as well. You know. And you probably have in mind what kind of nodes are important to you, and you try to maximize some of this opportunity. Like for example, you know, as a secondary goal, I want to up my puncture, so I do it there. Though after I put 1 point there, I kind of regretted it. So hang on, let me just quickly rectify my mistake over there. You can edit your mastery tree as well without having to. You can edit it. It's very cool. I mean, there's no restriction like Path of Exile. You can just, like, you know, remove the point I just added in, because I thought it was, I think it's a kind of mistake. And some of this you can just reduce if it's no longer something that you want, without having to reselect everything. It's really tedious. You can easily take half an hour to do that. So that is one that usually I would do. And then for me, I think I'm going for Thorns. It does kind of play out quite well as well. So all these 3 are class mastery. So they give you overall bonus to the class bonus as well. In the event whereby you maximize some of these nodes, there are 3 nodes in the entire mastery tree that that is unlimited, very much like Diablo 3. So these are the these 3 notes here. For me is damage, health, as well as thorn. You could swap it to things like mana as well. So these are the 4 attributes that you can just keep dumping point to it and get you know, kind of increase. And you get stronger as you getting you know, better stats as you push your item to another max. All right. So again, let me just do another one. My goal in this stream is to do a Mystic 10. I'll be very happy. Now it's still a 9. If I can do 9 without death, that is something that I could be quite happy about. Now you can roughly see these are pretty bad stuff, by the way. This is a map that is quite hard. These guys are big, and usually in this game, like, things that are big for a reason. Like big trees, big kind of like dragon, or big whatever. Usually it means it's quite challenging. So you just need to be a bit mindful. That's all. Some of this you can see that it's doing a lot of like the overall damage. You have to be just a little bit mindful. That's all. But of course, when you're comfortable with the damage, you could do a lot of magic. You can just keep rushing a little bit. Yeah, you can do a little bit faster as well. You know, it just depends on how comfortable you are to dodge some of this like damage and all. And I'm trying to, of course, get my kill streak now. It's close to 200. So that is good. Heal my pet as well. I have the ability to do that. Keep a lookout for the map as well to see what's upcoming shrine. And if you see your DPS drops, right, very likely because the kill bot has died or something like that. So that is one of the main reasons I have to look out for. There are some shrines, some giants are bad, by the way. You just have to hear the sound as well. Some of them are quite kind of like difficult. And you know, it's a bit of risk and return. If you do a bit faster, of course, you can farm more efficiently. But then you also take a little bit more risk, and especially if you you know, if you can take some of this damage, you can do a kill streak, and they'll be very, very desirable, of course. Yeah, a lot, like billion of damage. I mean, these are done by the kill bot. You know, compared to my holy damage of a few million, it's really insignificant. They're doing terror amount of, like, you know, damage. The companions. So whatever I'm doing is just to proc certain things and help it to, like, you know, just feel it. You know what I mean? So portal is up. I don't have to do anymore. I can just go up quickly and do the portal. Just careful a little bit of some of this AoE as well. So I'm just getting more comfortable with the common 9, probably better than before. Okay, let me see if I can chain it up. That will be very ideal. I can. There's a shrine going on. You know, you have to sacrifice some loot as well, unfortunately, because sometimes if you try to get all the loot, it's very hard to have a kill streak. So again, it's a little bit balanced. You can't have everything, although sometimes I do wish to. You can hear some of the sound is getting a little bit dicey. So, you know, you have to pay attention. You can't just doze off and do your thing. Not for this class. I've played some classes that are more durable, I would say. But, I mean, this new class seems quite fun. And I'll explain the ammo in just a bit, because, I mean, this class is one of the more advanced class. There's a little bit more class resources to deal with. Okay, portal open. I don't need to really do all these things, and I need the third one, I think. Yeah. Right, man. I don't know how many Terra kind of like damage. Is a lot. It's good. Okay. Very good, very good. Oh man. Let me just let's go to the third one. I'm trying to get a high kill streak. Now the risk here is that, you know, you see that I don't really have a lot of XP going on because the kill streak is still running. But if I die, the character die, then, you know, then you lose all the kill streak. It's part of what you are in for, I think. Yeah, sometimes I'm a bit impatient, try to get as many as I can, but like I said, I mean, there's always a bit of like a risk and return. So that is the detonation of the Q bot, resummoning of it. 1082 is my record so far. I think I've done that before. Not sure if this might going to be a record, but whatever it is, just don't die, because then you lose all the XP that you have worked very hard for. So I'm holding my breath right now. 1126 currently. So just moving in a little bit carefully, trying to see if that would set a brand new record for myself. Not quite sure. I think there's still a fair way to go, so could be 1200. No, I think it's a bit too risky now. Alright, very good. 1216. You'll see that my XP will suddenly go up pretty well. 1207, 1280, I think, coming up. Just in die, man. This worth probably like 3 or 4 mastery points if I can manage to pull it off without dying. Alright, cool. Let's see what sort of XP I'm getting. Alright, a few more. This is an elite dungeon, is it? I didn't know that I picked an elite dungeon. So that's done. The boss is dead. So I've got like a 1352. It's not my latest record. I mean, usually they'll say record breaker, but I do have 4 points, like I mentioned. That is what you are playing for. So I've got 4 points. All right, 6 points actually. And with 6 points, you can then put into anywhere to hard content, really. For me, I just do a bit of thorns. You know what? I think I make a mistake again. That's good. You can always do some editing. You can do editing as well. So I think I put this is the wrong place to put in here. What I really want to do is put into here the thorns to get myself to the cap of 25. Alright, very good. I mean, the funny thing is that at this stage, I'm not looking at loot unless I am changing my build, which it can happen. Right, it can happen. But meanwhile, let me see what I need to do. These are all the scroll that I don't need right now, and I'll talk about the scroll in just a bit. So I've got a lesser rune of burning, lightning. Burning foes suffer increased damage from lightning attack. So if you're playing a hybrid class that you are able to burn enemy as well as do lightning, not for this class, then this would be something, could be something useful. This one here, nope, not something I need to use. So I'm just keeping a lookout on anything I may be using. Not for my build right now, so all this can go into the... Okay, so all this I can sell it off. Not a lot of money, but I think everything counts. I'm still running a negative, so if I were to compare my... when I started playing this character, I have 13 billion, I think this billion, if I get it right, this million, billion, 13 billion, 13 more than 13 billion. Now I'm still under 13, so I'm using more. I mean, this class use up more than this class can farm. So I'm using the money I've got, or the crystal I've got from my previous character. So yeah, but I mean, that's the trade-off that you have. So normally, if you don't, then you spend a lot of time farming for crystal, kill streak and crystal. So yeah, something that I don't need to worry about. Now I am pretty comfortable with the. Let me just try to do a bit of crafting as well. I think I talk about that in just a bit. Let me just do a. What did I say I want to do? Effect of all gems. I did that. So this one is the one. Let me just increase the effect of all gems. That's good. I've got 3 more, so I'm more inclined to build up my either holy damage or companion damage. So I felt that the companion damage is something that is worth investing. So I am going to just increase this card blindly, but it'll go take a while. So now, okay, cool. So I've got somewhere. And looking at my incubator, which is this level 2 ancient beast. So this is an ancient beast. I don't know whether you can see or not. It's this little guy here. It was just a rock before. It was an egg, and then become a rock. Then become this this guy here. And I'm sure it will look more awesome once it evolve into the next stage. There are other beasts as well. I like, for example, I've got the I've got this little kind of like horse, or I don't know what you call it, a little fiery kind of thing. So it's kind of cool. And and of course you can do, you know, there are eggs as well. Like you could incubate an egg. From my experience is that as you play, you collect all this food for your pet, and every different type of pet, there are 4 types to denote the 4 or 5 elements, different elements. And each of those ancient beasts, they call it, require different food. And if you incubate a certain beast, then this kind of food will drop as you play as well. That go without saying. Now, what are the beasts for? The beasts are pretty cool stuff. It's this tab here that you could, like for example, oh no, hang on a second. Let me just change my beast first. How do I change it to this guy here? Yep. So if you look at my beast itself, I have the experience gain from kill streak is increased by 50%. Kill streak lasts 30% longer. So these are pretty cool. And I've got this one as well, which is the base passive node in each skill tree is now 3 times as strong. I don't know what it means, but it seems quite cool. And I've got plus 50% holy damage and shadow damage as well. The holy damage, of course, will then buff my pet naturally. So there are options there. I could change some of these artifacts as well. There are other things that I could use, like you know, all these different kind of damage. All right, and the okay, so the I mean, you can even gain the invisibility affix and have the damage stat increased by 200% on any attack made from invisibility. The trick is that I do not know how often can the pet stay invisible if you keep the streak on. Now, let's test it out, right? Let's test it out. I mean, it's not good. There's no hard and fast rule, right? Let's test this out, right? Let's test this out, the 200%. And meanwhile, I want to see if I have enough. I don't have enough fragment to craft the next one. Okay, never mind. What I could do is that I could try and do the beast here. This is Mythic 9, so I should be okay. You know, consider all things. We'll see. I mean, why does it seem so tough? Those are food, by the way. I get poked by them. It is tougher. It is tougher. I think it's more like an elite version of it. And I think I tried this one before. It didn't go well. Some of the damage, because of the narrow corridor, it's actually quite challenging. So I'm not going for kill streak here. I just want to make sure I can complete and get my fragment. Alright, as you can see, I need to be careful here because otherwise I earn nothing. I have to do it again. I want to unlock the note. Alright, look out for my staggering damage. Yeah, the mobs are a bit spaced out as well. Well, I mean, suffice to say I failed before on this, so I'm trying to see if I have indeed improved, and to see if I can go a bit further. I think I went to the third map, and after that the character dies. All right. Well, like I say, I mean, you know, I'm not here for experience. I'm here to just clear the map, so I can clear the notes and to do something cool with my build. Yeah, there's a lot of big damage from my Q-bot, as you can see. I teleported out to out of danger zone. In the past, all this snail would kind of like not snail, snake would kind of kill me. It's just how powerful these guys are. Just a little bit cautious as well. It's only the first map. Oh, yeah, I remember this is the one that kills me because of the corner here. It's very hard to avoid all the damage, and my DPS wasn't that big enough to kill them off fast enough. I think that is where the challenge is. Ooh, I ate it. Alright, Expedition Dungeon number 2. Where are my is it all die or something like that? Oh, they're all invisible. Alright, cool. So they are invisible. That's really cool. At first I was thinking, where are my pets? Whoa. Yeah, this is the one that could be quite dangerous. I'm still trying to decide if the invisibility is any good, or maybe it's not good because the mob will target me as the Mechanist. I can't tell if it's fair or not. I I really can't. Alright, cool. I mean, how much can my pet stay invisible? I think that is probably the question. Yep, that's done. The next expedition, the third one. Oh shit! Oh no! I can't. Hang on a second. I clicked the wrong button. Damn it, man! I think that is pretty. Yeah. That is so strange. I clicked the wrong button and it kind of like returned me to the service. That's not cool. You know what? Maybe I don't need to kill them more. Maybe I just need to survive them. Survive through them. Right? Or maybe that's why it's hard. Well, unfortunately, my first run was ruined because I clicked the wrong button. And it just disappeared into... It didn't get, I don't understand this, but yeah, whatever. Let's do it again. Alright, let's go. Yeah, it's exactly the same map, exactly the same type of mob. It's a bit static. It's not like yeah, I can't really tell if I'm better after choosing a different kind of artifact, or if it matters at all. Alright, let's do it again. Let's just run it across, like... Yeah, don't click back at the portal. I think that is the mistake I've made. Alright, let's go. That's an overkill. So if I can do a Mystic Pen on this beast thingy, then I'll be quite happy. Cool. Alright. I mean, the damage are quite high, the companion I have. Much higher than me. I mean, I can never pull the kind of damage they're doing. Alright, that's done. The third one coming up. Okay. So don't kick back the dungeon. Alright, that's done. Yeah, I think here was the one that difficult. Chess. Woo. Alright, there's an AoE coming up. To avoid that. Almost there. I have a good feeling about it. By the way, the color of the text means something. The yellow is holy damage. The gray one is the physical damage from my sentry. So you can tell that which well, it's roughly you can tell which one are doing what type of damage. And if you, I believe the red one is the fire damage. And the shadow one is a purple color one. So it's very intuitive. I mean, I haven't really seen any game that does this sort of like a color, use a color theme to tell you what damage are you making. The poison one is green one, I believe. But mostly I'm doing the holy damage, so as you can see, like yellow color. Alright, that's done. Oh shit. It was an explosion. There's more. Fourth one. Fourth dungeon, I think, is the boss, perhaps? No? Man. Yeah, there's a boss. Ish. Yep, this completed. So that's done. So you can tell that after it's done, then my tree is a bit different. Get there in just a bit. Refill my drinks. So if you take a look at my my tree, now I've Mystic 10. I can unlock a lot of notes here. Some of these notes are very good. Damage versus crowned means that damage versus elite. So this is a good one. Man, I mean, I need to work through this guy. But let me see what sort of I'm almost there to feed my pet to the next level. Let me just get to the get to my inventory first. Again, the scrolls. And I mean, the expedition is kind of nice. There are things like a lot of crowns, and got a cube as well. I haven't really got to that part yet to put the cube onto my gear. There is you know, all these are lesser runes, so that's good. There are some other items. I don't think any of these I've surprises me. So as I said, unless I'm changing my build, I will not be farming these sort of items for now. Yeah, this is kind of interesting though. The summoner's garb. If you want to have you know, three sets here, means that helm, armor, like accessory, then you can have the set item for the boots and something else, like offhand or main hand. So you can have, like, you know, 2 sets mixed into one. You have that in Diablo 3 as well. So it's a similar thing that you see in Diablo 3. If you play Diablo 3, this game is very much at home for you. But meanwhile, let me see what sort of do I have any memory essence? I don't. So I can't upgrade my gear per se. I just need to get more money, or crystal they call it. I need a mod that I can sell all legendary in one click. I think that would be ideal. Alright though, so now let me try to attempt something that I've not done before, which is Mystic 10. By the way, they put a new patch. You don't need to go to a conversation to access the expedition tree. You right click onto Professor Bromley and you can access the tree itself, alright? I'm neither machinery nor... I think I'll go for this one first. So I need to fight through several link area of floors. Just like the previous one, but Mystic 10. So this is going to be tougher. I am going to just chill a little bit. As you can see, it's tougher. I don't know whether I can do it or not. It is a lot tougher. That is tougher. Like I say, my key is to clear the dungeon, not for kill streak. So every game you play, there's always a risk and return. And I'm doing a little bit more cautiously. Get a shrine as well. Yep. Alright though, well and good. This is not by percentage, so you can just try to find the dungeon entry and you can skip all these things. Unlike the other game mode, so there's a bit of difference with the gameplay. Not doing the same thing again and again. So you don't have to get the progress, the percentage, you just find the entrance and that's it. A bit of fighting here. Oh, there's a rune, there's a lesson rune. Actually, you know what? The loot in Ancient Beast dungeon is actually pretty good. Yeah, they give me less. I think it's lesson rune, is it? Yeah, they give me lesson rune as well. This is something I use by the way. When someone killbot dies or despawn, it trigger Mother of All Bomb, I think, MOAB on itself rather than its default. Kind of you know, explosion. Yeah, you can see that it's a bit tougher. It's a bit slower, but like I said, I mean, I have to get a stat, so I'm fine with that kill speed so far. Whoa, 300 odd terror damage. That's quite good. Alright, this guy is guarding it. Oh wow, big damage. Very awesomely good. Expedition next one. It's a second dungeon. Oh my goodness. I sacrificed the kill bot to do something. There's a big damage there. It's 3-digit to terror. So yeah. It's not here. I've got teleport as well, I'll show you how. My class doesn't teleport. It does jet, but then, you know, managed to do something about it. Yeah, the poison overall have to be a little bit mindful what's the damage types are. Some are pretty bad, some are okay. I found that the like lightning is quite bad. I'm not that worried about poison in this game. Unlike say Warhammer, Inquisitor Mara. That one, the poison really hurts like really badly. There is a shrine. It's good. Working my way through it. Yeah, these are big damage. Man. Oh. So yep, that is the one in front would be the entrance to a third one. So this Mystic 10 a bit higher than what I usually comfortable in doing. Oh wow, let me get out. Whoa, crap. Okay, let me just pull back a little bit. Man, I think that dropped. Can't tell where the entrance is. Ooh. Oh, this is a damn hoarder. I mean, you can actually pay attention to the affixes of the enemy. No, it's not there. Okay, that's bizarre. Let me see if it's up there. A bit of exploration, like Greater Rift. It's a big one.
Hello.
Alright, not sure whether they can hear me now. Sorry about that. That is bizarre. Not sure why. Yeah, that's so strange. Okay, so I've got it sorted. Let me just see. All this you can put it into the. I got all the stats item here. Yeah, thanks. Runes. Oh, I didn't know that it wasn't working at all. Oh, that's strange. I've been like talking for so long. So the where was I? Yep. So this is the I've done the beast kind of ancient beast, and the let me just sort out my inventory as well. It's kind of good. The loots are good. You can do a fair bit of, like, you know, runes and all. And the legendary, there are 3 true legendary, so that's pretty good loots there. Maybe it's the Mystic 10 I'm doing as well, but so far I'm not really farming for anything. So yeah, I would just sell it all off first. Okay. And if you take a look at the tree, I've got the Mystic 10 right now, and I've got the. Since I've done this note here and this note here, I can unlock some of these guys, like the. I have to do both of this. I can unlock things like damage reduction. That's cool. All right, this is 2%. I can unlock machinery skill damage, which I don't really use. I can unlock the healing from all source. Alright, and if I do this guy here, then I can unlock the both the crown as well as the damage reduction. So let me do a little bit more, and I probably will take a break after this. And the and so far this build is really the companion. You can't really see it right now because it's invisible. And it's basically this guy here. The companion gain the invisible affix and have their damage stat increased by 200% on any attack made from invisibility. So so it's good and bad. If the pets are invisible, the mobs are likely to target me. So so that is it is what it is. So let me see. I can do another one, the Mystic 10. And just fight through this guy here and unlock these few notes there. Shall we do that? I think we shall do that. Okay, summon my keyboard. Yeah, I think all my pets are invisible, huh? It's actually a pure. It's just the trade-off is that the enemies are targeting me instead. But the companion does a whole lot of damage. Well, this map is not really friendly to get the exit. Okay, I'm trying to hunt for the exit, of course, as you can see, while staying alive. And my pets are quite capable of killing stuff. I don't really need to do much. I just make sure I'm staying alive. And loot, maybe. Alright, let's just try to find my next bit of it. Yep. There's a shrine up there. Whoa. Oh no 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 no! Yep, that was pretty bad actually. I was cornered. Can't do much. Alright, just keep going. Try to find the entrance to the next bit. Not anywhere here. Yeah, it is dangerous. Okay, I found it. Yeah, I found it. Okay, next one. As I said, I mean, you know, this is really for me to try to clear the dungeon, get the note to be unlocked while staying awake. All this narrow corner usually are kind of quite difficult. Okay, shrine there, and off we go. Okay, effective. 233 kills, that's not too bad. Consider the fact that I'm not trying for kill streak at all, so let me see. Oh no 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 no. This is bad. Yeah, all these dead ends are quite challenging if you are not careful. Oh yeah, that's done. That's the next one. Okay, third one. As I said, the most important thing is to make sure you get out the dungeon alive. One life. No respawn. Well, you can respawn, but you have to do it all the way from the beginning again. Usually it's not here. So a lot of loot here. Now where is the... Nope, it's not here. Okay, shrine. Lucky shrine. Maybe it's all the way to this side. Let's take some risk here. Echo the world. Whoa, maybe it's not a good idea. Is it here? Huh. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, last one. Let's go. So stay focused. These are all last one done. So that's cool. So it's much faster than the last time. Just get a little bit experience. That's all. And so I would say that with that said, I've unlocked the damage to all crown. So that's good. 2%. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's good enough. then another 2% damage reduction. It's tiny. I don't do machinery. Mana cost 2%, 4%, whatever. So yeah, I mean that will be the next one is 11 already, and I'll have to do damage versus undead. 11, 12. Man, I think I'll. Oh man. Yeah, this is quite good though. By the way, this is quite good, but it costs a lot to unlock. And then after that, I will be able to hatch my egg into this 12. So yeah, I think that is the. I think I'm going to take a break right now. I'll come back in maybe another half an hour or so, or less than that. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the microphone just now. Didn't know it didn't work. But from a mastery point of view, like I said, I mean, you know, these are already maxed out. So I would just be putting my stuff into. I don't mind doing a little bit of thorn, so I do a bit of thorns here. Then I'll putting everything into DPS, which is damage. But yeah, I mean that would be that'll be a video for another day. That'll be a video for another day. And so none of these are really helpful, useful right now. I mean, I didn't really do a lot of killing, so the loot isn't that great. But I mean, different game mode give you different thing. I mean, playing this game mode, I don't have any kind of like memory essence. Like if I do this guy, I have memory essence here, right? I don't have it, so I can't do any enchant to my gear, which I'm still working towards. Some of this gear having the highest kind of like stats, I would say. Yeah, but okay, cool. I'll come back again. Thanks for